Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, your retired librarian turned homeschool mom. And in this video, we're going to look at something a little different. So, as a lot of homeschoolers know, in your area, you have a tendency to get yearly passes for different attractions, particularly if you were in a large metro area, which is where we are. We are in the Phoenix metro area. So I'm going to be covering a couple of these. I can't remember what order they're in. I'm going to be covering the Butterfly Wonderland and the Odyssey of the Sea Aquarium in this video, just because they're in the same place and we have a tendency to do them at the same time. And yes, we have yearly passes to these things. I will, however, give you the hours and the actual prices in case you were visiting. I'm also going to, in another video, in fact, I'm still working on that. That's going to be a tad bit longer, which is the Phoenix Zoo. So that's the other place that we currently have yearly passes to. In fact, I think I'm just updating them now. Because these are things for us to do. We typically do the aquarium and the Butterfly Wonderland kind of in summer and throughout the year. The zoo, as I will explain in the video, is something we do specifically in the cooler months. Again, we're in the Phoenix metro area. Do not visit here in summer. It is very, very hot. The zoo is very, very large and very much outside. Both the Butterfly Wonderland and the Odyssey of the Sea Aquarium are inside. Now, these are located kind of in the Scottsdale area. They are technically located on the Pima Maricopa Indian reservation. So, they're the ones who are technically owning the land. And there's quite a few. It's called the Arizona Boardwalk is what they're calling it now. There's a couple other attractions beside the Butterfly Wonderland and the aquarium. I think currently they have a rotating attraction as of right now, which is, it's 2022. They have the Ripley's Believe It or Not. We have not looked at that. That is a rotating thing. For a while there, they had the Titanic exhibit there for several years. And then they have this laser maze. Again, we have not done either of one of these. They also have a dinosaur thing, which again, we haven't looked at. Hopefully they'll be adding other things. There's some restaurants and some stores and stuff around there right now. It's a big kind of circular area. It's part of the large complex that the Indian Reservation has, along with their various entertainment things. I think they have a one of those medieval times things, as well as they own the Diamondbacks, our baseball team, Arizona's baseball team's spring training stadium. I think there's one more team that goes with them. They also own a giant casino, as Native American, I think there's actually two, as Native American tribes do. But again, the Odyssey of the Sea Aquarium and the Butterfly Wonderland, which is a butterfly, at least mostly, an indoor basically place where they have butterflies. So we're going to be looking at both of those, and I'll have pictures. I'll show some of the butterfly pictures, and then I'll go through some of the just random pictures that we have from the aquarium there. My zoo is going to be far more extensive. It's just I don't have as many pictures of the aquarium because it's dark in there. And I think the last time I was there, I wasn't able to take pictures because my husband didn't go with me, and I was there with my sister, and I was chasing my toddler. So let's go through and we'll look at the Butterfly Wonderland first. So the Butterfly Wonderland, also a rainforest experience. So they are open 365 days a year. Their hours are 9 to 5 every day. So they're open Monday through Sunday. And let us see, I'll do some of the tickets here if I can get my computer to work. Here we go. Okay, so typically adults, yeesh, and this is why we have yearly passes. It's $84.95 to get in for the adults. So, and I think, mind you, I think that's, are these combo? Yeah. These are for combo tickets. So $84.95 is for the Butterfly Wonderland, the aquarium, the Laser Maid, and the Ripley's Believe It or Not. So for, let's see if I can find just the aquarium. They have a lot of combo tickets. So if I can find just the aquarium. Okay, here we go. $25.95 is for the adult tickets, and then there are children's tickets, which obviously are going to be less. Now we have yearly passes. So we have a family pass, which means I pay $154.85 a year for 2 adults and a kid. So that's if you just want one adult and a kid, say you're a homeschooling family, it's just mom, it's $97.90. So, and then they have various combo tickets here. So again, that's what goes on with them. So the butterfly, see if I can pull up, I have the website in front of me. See if I can show, no, it doesn't really have a map. So essentially what you have is you walk in, they have some birds to the side. Of course, they have both of these places warning, you have to exit through the gift store. Warning. This is pretty common. Our zoo is the exact same. Though you can bypass things. Just as a pre-warning, if you go to these places, you are going to have to walk through the gift shop. So, particularly the aquarium. No, both of these. Both the aquarium, you literally have to walk right through the entire gift shop. So, you walk in. As usual with a lot of these places, you have one of those green screens where you can take a picture. We're members. We skip this. You go through, you can walk down a hallway. They do show a film. I've never seen it. It's not something I would sit through with my small child. I don't even know how long it is. It's about 20 minutes or so. But if you get there early enough, which we have a tendency to get there at 9 o'clock, we can bypass it because they haven't started it yet and there's not enough people. And then you walk into kind of a room where you can see the chrysalises and the butterflies and moths hatching and coming out of their chrysalises, because this is how they buy them. They come in little chrysalises, so you get to see them coming out and drying their wings before they release them. And then you leave, if you have little ones, you have to leave your strollers. Try not to take as much in with you. There's an area by their food court where, yes, there is staff nearby. Nobody's going to be stealing stuff. And you go into a separate kind of little room where it's a closed. We don't want butterflies escaping, so that closes. An employee opens that door. You go in, they close it. Once that door is closed, you can go into this big kind of rainforest-like area. It's roofed. It has lots of plants around. There's pathways. They have koi fish. They have a tendency to feed those about 9:30. If you want to get there at 9:30 in the morning, which we do, so we feed the fish. They have some bees that are in a separate area. Again, you can't get stung by bees. You can see the bees. They have some hives. And then you have it's just covered with butterflies. So you kind of walk around. There are chickens in there as well. Warning. And I think they have a few like scorpions and things behind glass in there. So it's very, very beautiful. It's very nice. They do yoga in there at some mornings. If you're local, we live about half an hour away. So we have never done that. It's humid and it's warm in there. So that's another warning. And yeah, it's wheelchair accessible and stroller accessible. So there are ramps and stuff. And again, they have the koi pond kind of in the middle, and there's just kind of butterflies everywhere. It's very, very nice. There's various different benches so you can sit down. I've never had a chance where I could just sit and kind of enjoy, because again, I have a toddler and my husband does not sit still. Yeah, my husband does not sit still. He just doesn't. So it is very, very cool in there. You can see a lot of butterflies. They're flying around. They're feeding them. I've got quite a few pictures. Sometimes I'll put some of them up there of the butterflies, and they're feeding, and they'll land on you sometimes. So then you go out. Again, it's a similar kind of room. You go past an employee. You check in a mirror to make sure there's no butterflies on you. Then you walk out, and you're kind of in their food court area. You can get your strollers, and then they have more exhibits. They have some snakes and lizards and frogs, and I have a cat in my lap who might bite me, who keeps slipping off. And turtles, and I think they have some caiman in there. And then they have another area with bugs. I kind of ignore the bugs, because bugs, they have a little food court area. And then they have some fish. They have some pacu. Yeah, pacu are South American fish. They have a tendency to eat fruits and berries. I may or may not have pictures of the bloody pacu. They have them at the aquarium, they have them at the zoo. We went to the Reed Park Zoo, which is in Tucson, which I don't have anything of. I may cover at some point. That's where my in-laws are. They have more pacu. So I've seen a lot of pacu. I'm not interested in the pacu anymore. But they also have some stingrays and some, I think, leopard sharks. No, not leopard sharks. They're too small. The tiny little sharks. I think they might be dog sharks. That might be too big. Moving on. But they also have a lot of tropical fish and some South American fish. And then you walk out. You walk through their gift shop. Sorry, brain is... It's almost 8 o'clock at night. I have a very active toddler. So by the time you see this, this is actually being filmed a matter of months before. I have no idea when this video is coming out. This is probably one of the most recent videos you'll see of me, because most of everything else you're seeing is being filmed and was filmed last year. I'm joking. Everything was mostly filmed last year, except for some stuff that's coming out in like October and August and November. Everything else was filmed in 2021. So this is recent. This is April. So, but again, you walk through the gift shop. And then to get to the Odysea Aquarium, you walk out, you walk down a walkway, and then I think you go left. There are signs everywhere. So, and you go in, again, similar thing. You buy your tickets, they have the green screen. Again, we're members, we bypass this. So you go in and it smells, and it's dark, and it smells like fish. And I think there's weird little fish tanks above your head. And it's dark and it smells. It smells like fish. So you walk in, you scan your tickets, and then you have to go up an escalator or an elevator, depending. And you go up and you have tropical fish. It's typically what you see when you first get into the Odysea Aquarium. So you see caiman, various little tropical fish. I think they have a Gila monster, which is a native lizard to Arizona. They have a lot of the South American fish and the Amazon fish. So you see a lot of the catfish, the peddlefish. There's some ducks in there. You have the one type these. Brain is not working. Again, I have a toddler, but you get caviar from them. That type of fish, and I think you can touch those depending on certain times they have that open, so you can actually touch these. And my brain, it's going to come after. It's going to pop up when I'm done with the video. But again, you get caviar from these fish. So if you know what I'm talking about, they're large tropical fish. And you move on. Again, there's still lots. And this first floor is very much lots and lots of freshwater fish. And you kind of get through there. There's an otter exhibit. You almost never see the otters. Seriously, I think I've seen the otters once, and we've been going for, I think I've been going there for over a year and a half now. So, cat. Kendra. This is the cat. Yes, it's annoying. Kendra. But, please ignore the tail. But, again, then you go on and you can touch some touch some stingrays. You have to wash your hands. I think they have a little kids area where they can, like, build things. We've never participated in this. This is over where you can touch the stingrays. They have a little tide pool area, which again, you can reach in and after washing your hands, touch like the starfish and stuff. And then they have a big deep tank. Now in this aquarium, one of the things that you can do, obviously this is something you would book long beforehand, where you can go into this giant tank and you can look at some of the sharks and some of the fish. I've actually never seen anybody do it. So I don't know if they do it when there are people there or not. So, or it's just not going on right now. So, but again, it's a very deep tank. So then you go on, you can see the penguins. I think they have some virtual reality stuff going on there. The customer service desk, not necessarily the ticket desk. Kendra, playing with boxes. But the customer accounts desk is up here. It's also where they have their little cafeteria is on this floor. So, and then I think they have a water table as well, and then you go downstairs. So, and downstairs is where they have all the ocean stuff. So you have seahorses, which my daughter loves. You have the moray eels. You can see some sea turtles occasionally. Now they do have this circular aquarium thing. Now we went through this once. If you have small children or even elementary age children, don't bother. Just don't. You're basically, what it is you go in, you sit down, they give a spiel, they move your seating area, and then they show you and give you 10 minutes of, you're looking at this specific tank. We see these various different fish, and they give you 10 minutes talking about that. And they do this 4 times. So it's annoying. So you're stuck sitting there, and you're basically, they get their spiel, and you get to stare and be bored. Again, we did this with, I think, my daughter when she was about 1. I would not attempt to do it now. Not when she's almost 3. She would be driven insane. So it's not that impressive. It was kind of dirty when we saw it, but again, we saw it kind of during the COVID-19 pandemic. So things were not great for the aquariums because, again, they had to shut down periodically, and then they had mask mandates, and so it was not easy. So again, and that's where they have, you can see there's seals and sea lions, but they're not, again, we saw like 2 sea lions here. So yeah, but that's the only place you see them. So we have a tendency to bypass this. We look at the sharks. You have some jellyfish. You have more tropical fish, lots and lots of tropical fish. Then they have a big tank. Occasionally they play some sort of weird film. They haven't been doing it since COVID, where you get to see, and again, that's the big tank where you get to see a lot of the reef sharks and the lemon sharks and the big sharks. The very, very, massive, huge, 6-foot long sharks. And then you could see clownfish, and you kind of go through a tunnel where there are things overhead, again, full of tropical fish. And maybe I think maybe I'm missing things. It's after you go through that tropical fish thing and see the sharks, it's when they have the undersea thing. And then you have the, and we bypass this again. And then we see more sharks, and then you see jellyfish, and that's it. So, and then you come out, and that's basically, you come out on the ground floor. So, no, then you go up. No, then you have to go back up. Sorry, you go back up. You go in, you go up, you go down, you go back up. And you go through the gift shop. And you get out upstairs. So, again, elevators, escalators. And then we usually leave. So we either take the escalators, the stairs, or the elevators. I think there's a Johnny Rockets there, which is a restaurant, another common restaurant, junk food. There's a couple other places. Again, COVID has kind of shut a lot of things down, so they may change over time. I'll do an updated video. A little bit more history of this area. They did have a dolphin thing, but they weren't really good at taking care of said dolphins. So the dolphins were sent off to Florida, and that place shut down, and nobody knows what's going to happen with it. So it's been literally sitting empty for like 3 or 4 years, maybe 5. And again, nobody knows what's going on with that. And there's a couple other restaurants, and there's a candy shop and stuff. We don't pay attention to this. So that's really it. It's fun. We've gone there we went there for my daughter's 2nd birthday. We'll probably go there for her 3rd with my in-laws, possibly my sister this year, because my sister doesn't live too far from us. So it's enjoyable. I really do like the butterfly Wonderland. That's probably my favorite as opposed to the aquarium, because the aquarium has a tendency to smell. And yes, it does get very, very busy. The aquarium gets very, very busy in the summer. And very, very crowded. So we'll probably go a little bit in the summer. We have a tendency to go early in the morning when they just open. But I like the Butterfly Wonderland better because it has a tendency to be less crowded, particularly if you're going at 9 something in the morning. So, and the cat wants out. So that's really it for this review. I'll have obviously up some various different pictures of the aquarium and the Butterfly Wonderland. And it's very interesting. And the cat is getting irritated. Please ignore her. So that's it for this review. Please check out the rest of the channel. I'm covering or have already covered the zoo. If I haven't covered it yet, it's coming. So I'll cover the Phoenix Zoo. I'll probably try to cover some other attractions as the year goes on. We'll see. In the Phoenix metro area. We do have a couple travel videos which are coming up. We are planning to visit Idaho again this year, so I'm probably going to do a couple of videos on that. That will be coming up probably September-ish, because we're going to go down near the end of August. So look forward to the rest of the year. Most everything is done, as I said. So I do book reviews, film reviews, usually older ones, not classics, but family-friendly or educational reviews. I'll cover a few YouTube channels, specifically videos, just because it's educational based. So it's hard to find stuff on Native Americans and Women in Flight. That's a lot of what's going on in November. So if you want to know else what I'm covering this year, film video wise, I do have an introduction video for 2022. So you can check that out and find out what the heck I'm covering this year. So I do have a big book series coming starting in August, which is the Last Apprentice, which is middle schoolish age, late elementary, middle school, goes into high school, very, very horror. So it's very, very dark. I think I have one more video to shoot for that. Otherwise, everything else is done. So again, sure, like and subscribe. Leave a positive comment if you have one. Look forward to more content besides books, videos, attractions like this, travel videos, and hopefully some homeschooling stuff as we get started. Again, my daughter is about a little over 2.5. So you guys will see this when she's getting really, really close to 3. Her birthday's at the end. Her birthday's in July. So thank you again.